first 1000 followers on any social media platform. So YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Crushing it right now as an entrepreneur? You suck. You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? And that's really got me where I'm at. So there's one person in the entire world that I have to thank for all my business hustle. It is Gary Vee, and he's here right now. Gary, let's get on stage, baby. Go with this. Welcome to Vid Summit, here too. How'd that be that? Thank you, brother. Yeah. Hello, Vid Summit. Thanks for having me. So just having a great sense of like the way people have been tweeting about the event and a good understanding of who's in the room. I actually want to do quite a bit of Q&A today. So before I go any further, you guys said you had runners. I just want to get a sense, like where are the runners? And like I might go into it like 10 or 15 minutes in. So Vid Summit crew, be ready for me because I'm about to go into it. And so just raise your hand if you have a question when I open that up. And I want to go questions because ultimately what I think is super important about when you produce content or when you speak, I think the biggest, actually this is a great starting point. I genuinely believe that the far majority of this room is not achieving what they want to achieve if they're not. So if you're sitting here and you haven't amassed enough audience or revenue or whatever might be running through your mind, the biggest thing that I've seen over the last 12 years that I've deeply been paying attention to creators, and just to give people context here, it was great to see Rob Sandy, the CEO and founder of vidIQ, who's also the CEO and founder of a company called Vidler, which was the platform that I switched my wine show from, because I started a wine show on YouTube on February 21st, 2006, less than 1 year after YouTube came out. 99% of the videos on YouTube when I started were ripped off content from television or these very quick, less than a minute kind of funny clips of like Mentos in a Coke bottle and things of that nature. I sat down and did a 25-minute show. It was mainly kids and tech nerds. I did a 25-minute show on wine and me tasting wine, and literally for the first 18 months, barely anybody watched it. And so it's interesting for me to like be, at this event, knowing that there's so many people that are creating. But the thing that no question to me is a great starting point is I am blown away how many creators spend all their time being selfish mentally. Like 99% of the emails and DMs and conversations I have in conferences like this are predicated on how do I get more subscribers? How do I get more engagement? How do I get more money from brands? How do I quit my job and do this full time? How do I? So I will tell you, without knowing most of you in any shape or form, I still will default into that 95% of the people in this room will not get to where they want to get to because their entire fucking filter on everything they're doing is 100% selfish. And the only way to actually amass victory in this game where, as amazing it is that we live in a day and age now where you can be a creator and like just live your life and love what you do and make a living, the equal problem is anybody can do it, which creates a very fun dichotomy of supply and demand. This is a simple game of supply and demand. Anybody tomorrow can be a Slimer or a travel vlogger or a business expert or a fucking entrepreneur, right? Anybody can do that. The problem for everybody here is anybody can do that. And then who's gonna get people's attention? The people that are gonna get people's attention fall into a very basic bucket. Number one, the second biggest vulnerability for the creators in this room and the people at home that will watch this is A, it's I. B, it's just not the truth. For me, one of the most interesting things that I watch every day in this space is people think that fake it till you make it is still real. There are so many people posing it because they feel like they have to inflate their backstory or what they're capable of or the advice that they're giving to break out, yet that is the exact same reason that they won't break out. To me, everybody who's trying to be a life coach or expert or an entrepreneurial expert, like the amount of people that are entrepreneurial experts but have never built an entrepreneurial thing. Look, I wish I could be a quarterback of an NFL team, but like I can't, and all of you can see that, and it's proven. Unfortunately, with entrepreneurship, it's not proven. You can just put it in your Instagram profile, and thus you are. The big advantage that everybody here, like myself, that's over 40 has, is we've lived through an economic meltdown. We've lived through everything, we lived through, there was one in 01 and 07, so we got too quick, like, and if you're older enough, you've got 92, and like, 79, that was the worst. Like, Jimmy.
Okay. Ist ja schon, das Praktische ist auch immer sehr, sehr wichtig.
Carter fucked it up, guys. And so, we've lived through it, thus, we anticipate it in a different way that if you're under 32, you can't. Because if you've only lived